The market grinds higher as major catalysts loom. Is it to the moon? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about a couple things. One, the overall big picture expectation being a move to new all-time highs, and two, in the shorter term, a grind up into the 4670 to 4690 region, and then we should be looking for a pullback, and that's pretty much what we saw. The market grinded higher up into the 4680 area before grinding sideways into the close. Now, with a week full of catalyst, will the market be able to pull back? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, with the market grinding higher, we are reaching key resistance here. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 2-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. We are zoomed into the 2-hour today. That's where we're going to stay. If you want a bigger picture view, check out yesterday's video. YouTube did delay the release of it, so it didn't come out into the afternoon for some reason, but it is up. It does have a bigger picture view, so check that out if you're looking for a daily type view of the market. So on the 2-hour, we're going to zoom into the top of the move here that we've been tracking for a while. And I talked about the fact that off of this low, when the bears failed here, we should be seeing an A, B, C up toward the 4670 to 4690 area. They can really take this up to 4726 would be the highest you'd really want to see them go here. More commonly, they would target the 4680 area and as high as 4700 to 4710, but 4726 would be the most you'd want to see them push up out of here before we see some kind of turnaround. We are still seeing weakness in the indicators. Market internals, some other indicators that we use are still showing weakness in the market, even though it's grinding higher. So we are still looking for a pullback, as that is what the overall market should be giving us at this time. Is it possible we go directly to all-time highs? Yes, it's possible. Is it likely we get a 900-point rally straight up? Not usually. So this would not be a standard move, would be a very big deviation from what the market normally does if they did elect to go directly higher toward the all-time highs. But it is possible. It would just be an extension of wave 3 and then 4 and 5 at the top. So if they do blow through the 4726 area, we do have to consider the move directly to all-time highs at that point. And that would be, as I said, this would all just be consolidation in the wave 3 and then an extension of 3 to the upside. But for the bulls in the short term, what we would expect in normal garden variety market conditions, we would expect them to continue to push probably to around this trend line, the 43.83.85 area. Again, as high as 26. 4726, and then we would look for a pretty sharp reversal if that's what we're going to see, because this is a diagonal type formation on the way up, and typically when they end, whether they're going up or down, they reverse very sharply. So in this case, we're going up, so the reversal would be a sell-off very sharply. And that's what we'd be looking for as this market tries to top. And with our CPI coming in here in just a little bit, we'll see if they can hold the high on the spike, because more often than not, we get spikes out of CPI in both directions, sometimes just one direction, but see if they spike it and are able to hold and then bring it back down. So that's kind of what we'd be looking for the CPI catalyst today. If they're able to push up and continue, as I said, 4726 would be the next level after that. If they get through that, then we're looking at a pretty direct move toward 4850 to 4900 on the ES, which would be about 4850 on the SPX chart. So on the futures, we'd be looking at about 4850 to 4900, which would bring us right into that all-time high area on the SPX chart. And then we'd look for a pullback off of that top in a wave 4, and then a fifth wave in C taking us up to about 4900 SPX, possibly a little bit more than that, but 4900, 4950 SPX would be the overall view. So that 4 or 5 I just drew is not from where it's at. I don't want to scroll the chart up 200 points. But if they're able to break through 4726, the next thing we would look for is a sharp move up towards the 4800 area on the SPX near that all-time high. We would look for a rejection there in wave 4 and then a wave 5 after that. But more commonly, what we would see here is a rejection in this 4680, 4690 area off this trend line, and then down from there where we'd start a bigger pullback to set up for the last push higher. Over on the NASDAQ, okay, so yesterday I told you if they broke back over the high from Friday, we would be looking toward that 16,500 area, and they pushed up to 16,461 so far, right in that area. They took out the prior high, which I said they would likely do, coming back over this high. So they took out that high and pushed up towards 16,450, excuse me. And we would look for a continuation up toward about the 16.5 area. So we'd look for a spike on the NASDAQ as well. They don't have to, obviously. They can come down from where they're at. They're plenty high enough, and they've got enough waves in place. But we would look for a spike and then a reversal down. We have a diagonal on the NASDAQ as well with a push higher here toward the upper end. So 16,550 to 16,600 or so on the NASDAQ would be the target to look for. If we don't get that, we would be looking for the 17,000 area on the futures next for the NASDAQ, 17,100. If they're able to push through that 16.5 area, we would look for an extension toward 17,000 and then a pullback in wave 4 and then a final fifth wave up that would take us into the all-time highs around the 18,500, 19,000 area on the NASDAQ. So again, not very common and usually pretty unlikely that we extend directly up to the new all-time highs from here. The market usually is hinting at a reset, which means they'll need to pull back just a little bit here and then break that support deeper than I'm drawing here. Down toward the 15,600 area would be the overall pullback we'd be looking for. We would look for that pullback and then a final push up on the NASDAQ as well. So yes, they can extend directly to new all-time highs. That is a possibility. However, it is a less likely possibility in my opinion. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it'll take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial. Because I want you to get in there, I want you to make sure you love it and become part of the trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. We also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. This course is helping real traders make real money and understand the market in a way that makes sense. This week we have a ton of catalysts: CPI, PPI, IPI, Fed, quad witching, etc., etc. They go on and on and on. A couple of big earnings reports, I think. So a lot of catalysts, and you're always going to be wondering what's going on. And it can be really confusing when good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up. Elliott Wave Theory gives you the key levels and what to understand if they break and what to understand if they hold, and it makes sense of a market that's completely irrational. This gives you a huge leg up on other traders. Now, the course is 25 videos where I go through your introduction, which is your mindset and emotion, your Elliott Wave expectations, the KISS method, and why it works. We go through your chart setup and tools, the chart setup, the MACD, all of the things you need to know and use with Elliott Wave to confirm what you're seeing. And then the Elliott Wave for Beginners area where we go through each of the waves, what they look like when they fail, what they look like when they succeed, how to measure them, how to get the targets, the corrective depth theory, the theory of alternation, corrective zigzag, the pivot, everything you want to know about Elliott Wave Theory so that you can understand a market that doesn't make sense. The really cool thing, guys, is if you don't want to pay the $67, I completely understand. You can get this course for free simply by becoming a monthly member. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the Elliott Wave for Beginners course. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing and day trade, which means we trade quite often in my room. Now, if you're looking for futures trading, individual stocks, income trading, and advanced training, you're going to want to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as futures trading, individual stocks, PT's income trading method that's just killing the market right now, his reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures his trades that's so unique. Something you kind of have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in our rooms so we can all make money together. All right, the key takeaways for today. We are looking for the ES to hold the 4,700 area as high as 4,726, but I really wouldn't want to see them push up that high, to be honest with you. And through that, we are looking more at all-time highs and a more direct route. If they are able to hold this area, we would look for a pretty sharp sell-off back down to break support and give us the pullback in the B wave that we've been looking for. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of setup. They have about 50 points to 100 points higher here to get up into the target area. Then we would look for a pullback and a sell down through support to give us a pullback in wave 2, and then we'd look for the NASDAQ to push up from there. If they are able to push through the 16,600, 16,700 area, we would be looking more like at 18,000 in a more direct manner, and then we would look for a wave 4 pullback after that. Guys, that is your market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.